Hey guys, earlier this year we bought our Intex Excursion Pro K2 kayak. It's a 1 or 2 person kayak. We'll set up the one version, the 2 person version. We've used it several times this year. We used it in Texas, we've used it here in the Carolinas a couple of times. We've taken the dogs out on it. Jennifer and I have gone by ourselves. What we're going to do this morning is show you how quick it is to set it up. We'll time that. I'm pretty sure the website said it would take like 10 minutes to set up. I'm not going to rush it because you shouldn't have to either. I mean, it's not going to be a race to set it up, and it should be easy to set up without racing. So without further ado, let me show you real quick. All of this, of course, it all comes in a box, right? This and these will all be in one box. The box is obviously not much bigger than what you see here right now. If we wanted to, we could take the poles apart, which obviously we'd already put together as we've used it. I was going to take it all apart and stuff it in there so you guys could see how compact it is. Take my word for it. If you wanted to, you could. We don't find value in that. Whenever we take it out from the pickup truck, it usually looks exactly like this. The poles are put together. The paddle ends are, in the back of the truck. They snap right in. We'll do that. Everything is in here. We'll go through this when we're ready to take it apart. Or I'm sorry, when we're ready to put it together. And it's a backpack. That's the beauty of it. When we were in Texas, the lake was actually, I'm going to say about a quarter of a mile. I didn't do some major hike, but this doesn't weigh much at all. I'm not a he-man, but I'm going to go with maybe 25, maybe 30 pounds. Carry it down, take it apart. Take this apart, and then put the kayak together. These life vests are awesome. They're super comfortable. They're designed for kayaking, canoeing. When you're wearing it, it doesn't even feel like you're wearing it. I don't know about you guys, but I grew up with like the orange collar, which you definitely knew you were wearing, or the ski vest, which, is easier for mobility, but it was just this hot rubber, vest. And of course, all of those are much better than when I was a child in the last century. But I couldn't recommend these more highly. Quick highlights, of course, there's pockets on both sides. If you GoPro, you can GoPro here. In this pocket is a whistle attached. If you don't know why you need a whistle when you're in the woods or on the water, go read up on it. It's always good to have a whistle. There are a couple of pockets back here. I'm not sure what you would put in this. Possibly a cell phone, but you're going to get wet with this. But there's a pocket if you want it. These adjust quite well, and super light. This thing weighs ounces. It would probably blow off in a stiff breeze. Easy to put on, and bam, I'm set. You'll see in the video later that one of the things I particularly like is the back. The way this cushion is shaped allows you to sit in the kayak, and this rests on top of the backrest. So you're not constantly having to adjust. Once we sit in the kayak, you don't even know this thing is on. And I have swam with this vest on. It's quite nice. All right, so we're gonna show you how this goes together from soup to nuts. We'll start a timer. I'm hoping I can attach a timer to the screen. Just so you know, your paddles are right and left. They're marked on the paddle. And of course, you want to put a right and a left with each board. And we'll store those right there. The Bella's going to help. Pump is amazing. It pumps or suctions depending on which side you have this on the upstroke and the downstroke, which I think is absolutely awesome. And of course, it cuts your pumping time in half. Feet. More feet. Pressure gauge. This is pretty cool. Jennifer would normally be helping me with this, but she's holding a camera right now. 2 rudders. You know, arguably this rudder is to help with stability. This rudder, I mean, if you're going to be in very shallow water, shoals, less stability, we have found that this rudder, for whatever reason, Jennifer and I tend to make left-handed circles. We don't know if it's the way we're sitting in it, but we have moved to the shallower rudder and a little bit better results. If you want to hook your phone up, I'll show you where this goes. We have a fishing rod holder. We have 2 of these. This is a tool that we never use. I'm not even sure what it goes to, but for parts of the boat, your other fishing rod holder. And this will be for, if you're doing 1 person, this is to set up a cooler, if you want to carry a cooler. This is an extra seat cushion. It's like a booster seat. We don't use it because neither of us need a booster seat. And our 2 seats here. You'll see how these work here in a minute. Got the stern towards you, obviously. I am not going to put the rudder on because we're not taking it out today. But, you know, as you can see, it would just go here and it would just slip right in. When you're done at the end of the day, it slips right out. I'm not putting it on because I don't want to bang it around while we're messing with this today. This is after about the 3rd time we've used it. Jennifer and I have got a pretty good system folding it up together as a team. Now I'm going to look for our, here we go, here's our ports. And these are numbered. That's number 3. Number 2 is up there. I'm sorry, number 2 is right here. Number 1 is up there. So we will start with, obviously, number 1. This, it has a locking mechanism, really cool. And your holes have little spring-loaded valves. When you go to empty it, we'll show you later, you twist it and it holds it open. We want it to be shut so that when we unplug it, it stays full of air. You don't have to worry about the air leaking out. So I have gotten to where when the pump starts making this odd burping noise, it's pretty close to being full. Pull that off. Grab your gauge, green, yellow, and red. I'll check it real quick. We are in the yellow. I'm gonna let just a little bit out. I like to have it at the top of the green. Pull that off and put your valve cover on. Your valve cover does have little bitty strings. Make sure you don't have those stuck between the valve cover and the hole. Moving on to number 2. All right, now for the seats. One of the things that Jennifer and I did, we discovered that sometimes she's at the front, sometimes I'm at the front, and leg room, obviously, between Jennifer and I is somewhat of a deal. So what we did was we took the straps here that anchor it in, and with Bella's help, we even those out, so that way both seats have pretty much the same leg room. We wanted it to be as even as possible. So let's fill them up. And these just have your standard one-way valve, which makes it a little bit harder to take down than the kayak, believe it or not. Someone has to hold it. This is the bottom, this is the back. I'm going to start here at the back. What we do, because we know that our links here are set, is I connect it first to the anchor points, because it would be very hard to do after you've already set the seat down. Then I simply just push the seat back to where it belongs, and then fit it in. Very snug, and then this of course holds the backrest up when you're sitting in it. And the same thing with this front seat. 2 sets of D-rings, like I said earlier, for 2-man or 1-man usage. So we're going to go with the front set because I have a second rower. Lift this up. And the feet go in. Want to, you can put your rod holders in. And you can put a phone holder. And she's ready. That is it. She's ready for 2 persons to even go fishing. Do some FaceTiming if you'd like. Or of course, this comes off and we actually hook our GoPro up to this. So pretty nice 2-person setup. All right, our lovely assistant Vanna is going to show us seated, and you'll see us of course later in the video paddling. Right, of course having fishing poles might be a problem right there. I didn't even think about that, but we're going to convert this to a 1-person setup here in just a second. But this is it, all pieces together. Now let's convert it from 2-person to 1-person. All right, so we are in the 2-person configuration, including the fishing rod holders that Jennifer and I never take with us. And I'm going to change it to a 1-person kayak and include the little bar in the event you wanted to take a cooler with you, or maybe a live well. I'm not really sure. You can see that this strip of bottom Velcro goes back significantly further. The strip for the individual seat back here is just maybe 12-13 inches. This is quite further, and there's 2 sets of foot anchors, right? So what we know is this seat comes out and simply moves back, just like I do on the 2-person setup. I'll connect this. That way I know how far back I want to go. And you of course can move this even further back if you'd like to. If you're 1-personing it, the world is your oyster. I'm not sure how much more Velcro you'd have down here on the bottom. So we've got the seat set up. We're going to take our feet, move them back to this next set of positions. have it at the furthest position. Alright, that's ready to go. And then we have, again, this is for a cooler to stop a cooler or set a cooler up. I really don't know. At the furthest position forward, this bar is going to be above the feet. So, I mean, obviously the idea, from my understanding, is to have the cooler up here and, you know, anchored to this in some way. But you've got D-rings on both sides. You've got D-rings here. So, you know, we haven't used this, probably never will, but that is what this is here for. We can obviously move the feet further back, move the seat further back, leave this here, move it back 2 spots. That's what that's for, and it's set up. Yay! All right, we're not going to show the teardown of this because it's just the reverse order, and I don't want to make this video super duper long just to show you that you can take the air out of this, just like you put it in. As I said before, whenever you start to let the air out of your sides and bottom, this is spring loaded. You just take it and twist it, and the spring forces the valve in and lets the air out. We'll hook the pump up in the reverse side, and then it vacuums this out. That's why you saw when we unrolled it, it was very tight, because we vacuum out as much air as we can so we can fold it up. So anyway, we had a great time. Highly recommend the Excursion Pro K2 Intex. You guys, how fast we got it put together. We'll take it down the exact same way in reverse order. We went up the lake, came back again. Very easy to maneuver, very easy to get around, very comfortable. In any event, thanks for watching, and you guys have a great day.